All right, you guys, today we have something absolutely extraordinary. Another Mini for sale, but this one blew my mind. And it is so special and so cool. A 1966 Austin Mini for $38,000. What are you gonna get for $38,000? Well, let's find out because we're gonna have our dessert first.
Real men eat dessert first. Dessert first. Dessert first. Dessert first. Dessert first. Dessert first. Dessert first.
Let's take a look. Come here. All right, what's for dessert? How about candy? Look at this. Oh my goodness. How about a brand spanking new 1300 A plus with a Jet Motors turbo kit, big valve ported, cylinder head, just worked, really reworked well. 1.5 roller rocker, single inch and 3/4 turbo prepared carburetor with the blow through turbo, the ultimate ignition kit, brand new everything. The gearbox, the engine, crank, pistons, rods. This was an expensive build. I'm gonna show you the receipts and we'll get into it, but there's probably over 60 grand in this car and it can be yours for $38,000. Why? My friend Edward asked me to sell this for him because he has lots of cars. He has a huge car collection and he's enjoyed this, he loves it, but we got him another one too. So this is your chance to have a very special car. What makes it so special? The list is huge. I'm going to show you some of the receipts. This was a one owner car from 1966 in London. We have all of the MOT certificates from 66 till 2006 when it made its way over the pond here to the United States, where it underwent a full restoration. And I mean full restoration. This was a bare shell, down to the shell, repaint, redo, replace, everything. So let's do a little walk and talk and take a look at some of the really cool features of this car. Still has the actual British license plate number from 1966. The Lucas PL 700 tripod headlamps with LED bulbs inside, grille buttons, wooden picket flares, brand spanking new Mamba 6x10 deep dish with brand spanking new, really expensive these days, Yokohama AO32R tires. Look at the suspension here. This is absolutely incredible. We've got some 4-piston alloy calipers on vented slotted rotors, adjustable lower control arms, adjustable tie rods, gas KYB shocks. I could spend all day telling you about the features and benefits of this car because it's insane. So come on, let's keep walking around the outside. We'll do a tour of the inside. A genuine Webasto non-leaking, beautiful, brand new, period correct 1960s rag top. I love the chrome trim up over the doors, along the bottom of the sliding windows, the tinted windows, all brand new felts and seals and draft excluders. Very tastefully done. Really beautiful car. Love the chrome stainless Monza flip top gas cap. Of course, this is a real 1966 Mark I Mini. What does that mean? You California buyers, this can go to California because it is a Mark I 1966 genuine, authentic, numbers matching. We'll get into the VIN number and we'll decode it for you here, but let's keep doing the walk and talk and look at the really cool stuff. Bumper overriders front and rear with a Maniflow DTM side exit exhaust, one of our favorites. It sounds absolutely sexy. Let's take a look in the boot. Hinged license plate. You know why the license plates are hinged? Because if you had to drive home with something large in the boot, you could still see the plate number. So that's why they're hinged. That's a really cool Mark I feature. I love that. Look at the genuine matching real boot board with all the boot board brackets. Check this out. So we have here all the real brackets with the rubber buffers, the clip, the real boot board clips. Look what they did here. See this? They put a picture of the car on the rotisserie hole from the factory. That's what that hole in the back is for. If you've ever noticed a Mini has a big hole for the Speedo and a big hole in the boot, well, they kind of went down the assembly line and rotated as they went down the assembly line. That's how they built them. It was very unique, very groundbreaking at the time. Brand spanking new wheel and tire spare with a genuine hold down, battery cover with battery cutoff. Look at this power electric antenna. When you turn on the radio, this antenna goes up all by itself. We're gonna film that and show you how that works. It's pretty cool. I'm gonna slip this board. Look, they put a fire extinguisher here. It's mounted. That's really cool. All right, let's slap the boot board back in and put it in its proper little slots. And there it goes. Okay, see how I always put the cables in? This drives me nuts. If I see that, I go bananas. Put your cables in, people. All right, come on, let's keep talking. Lower deluxe trim between the wooden picket arches. Again, those huge brakes up front, super fin alloy drums in the rear, brand new built up back plates, shoe springs, wheel cylinders. Now, whoa, here's more dessert. Check this out. Oh my goodness gracious. Yes, those are genuine Suffolk Newton commercial leather seats, front and rear, matching, made by Newton at the factory with the genuine sliders. They still tilt, they recline, they go forward, they go back. And watch this. Again, I'm tall, but not as tall as Edward, but watch this. I can barely reach the pedals. This is so cool because I can't even drive it that far back. I have to move the seat forward so I can get comfortable. This has a Momo Mod 07 steering wheel with a quick shift kit for the rod change. This is a late model A Plus and a 66 Mark I with the bent shift extension from Specialist Components, the weighted Specialist Components shift knob. The driving position in this car is sublime. Look at this. The shifter is right next to my knee. It's really close to the steering wheel. The steering wheel is dished. The seat is in the perfect position. I can't tell you how comfortable this car is. You could really take this on a long drive because every square inch of this car has sound deadening in it. Dynamat everywhere. In the headliner, under the carpets, everywhere. It even has side flip down rear, sun visors because you can rotate them to the front, you can rotate them to the side, you can put them up, and then look at this. Look at this. This thing is so tight and new. It smells really good in here. The leather is amazing. You've got this flip up wind deflector and working dome light with the doors. It is really, really nice in here. We've got Sparco pedals on the clutch, brake, and throttle. I really like the steering wheel. This feels so great. We've got a 90-mile-an-hour pointed bezel speedometer, oil pressure, and water temp. And you've got to see these gauges. They look brand spanking new. Somebody went to some very serious effort. They look brand new. The inside of the glass is spotless. The outside of the glass is spotless. It's showing 21,315 miles. Now we know that is not genuine for the car. It's been completely restored and it only has maybe a couple thousand miles on it. And it has, I'm going to show you the receipts, but there's almost $20,000 in receipts from Edward alone right here at Jet Motors with the turbo kit, the big valve head, the tires, and many, many, many other things. Let's go back out here and take a look here. Real quick, I want to show you this too. Look at this. 1,200 gram genuine Cooper floor mats. You can dig your fingers in there. You're going to want to drive around with your shoes off and just put your feet in these things. They're absolutely wonderful. But look at this. Brand new beaded carpet with sound deadening on it. More sound deadening. I can't even peel this up because there's so much sound deadening, but you can see that it's all been completely restored. We have pictures of it during its restoration, so you can see that this stuff is all brand spanking new. And wow, I mean, I wish you could smell the inside of this car. It's absolutely gorgeous. I want you to see just how well that Mark I door shuts. Now, normally they scrape right here or here, or they sag. They're doing weird things and they don't fit very well, and they shut and sound horrible or clangy. But look at this. Wow, wow, this is a quality car. 38 grand is getting you, I mean, you're spending 50 cents on the dollar for 38 on a car like this. To restore this at our shop or any shop, you know, it's gonna cost 60 grand plus, all right? All right, so again, the turbocharger, sound deadening in the bonnet, the bulkhead. I can't wait to take you guys for a ride in this thing because it is so quiet. It is mind-blowing. That turbo has more torque and more power than you can believe. We're gonna go for a ride. Let's go check it out. What do you say? Here we go. Okay, here we go. Oh, Love the way that door shuts. I'm gonna close the sunroof so we don't hear any wind. So. That's easy. Cool. All right, well, let's fire the motor up. This is a late model A+ with rod change. Beautiful silky transmission. So I am going to lift it up to put it in reverse. So I just want you to know that this is not pre-A+. This is an A+ with rod change gearbox with the late A+ transfer gears and all the good stuff. So anyway, look at that. Look, it's ice cold. I didn't even have to pull the choke. And we fired right. Hear how quiet it is in here? This is insane. This is so nice. Look at this. All new felts, tinted windows with, watch this, they slide and lock. Look at this. The fronts, the backs, now watch. Click. Very well done, guys. Whoever put this car together. Mark I window felts and window locks are a royal pain in the butt, and you got to wiggle them and jiggle them and try and make them work. Well, not in this car. Both sides, everything works fantastic, and they click and lock. It's awesome. So quiet, so comfortable, and the stereo, I don't know. It's crazy. That is loud. All right, so I think there's 8 speakers in here with a killer Sony system. Look, here's the Sony owner's manual with remote. There's a remote that goes with this awesome stereo system. You can put a piece of Velcro on it and set it right here. Look at this Roki walnut wood dash. Well, this looks like a really cool ink transfer that they did on this dashboard, which is just gorgeous. Good job, guys. We got a horn, works in the middle like it's supposed to. All Mark I, again, functioning. Everything functions. Look, we got our turn signals and cancelers. Everything works. Isn't that awesome? All right, lift up. Matching burl walnut handbrake. This car, you really could go on a nice long drive in this thing. It has so much power, so much torque. It's so quiet, and these seats, you're not gonna wanna get out. This car is so comfortable. Now, in the shop, all of our guests and other customers who come in are like, whoa. They all ooh and ah over this car because this is a show-winning car. I promise you, you take this to a Cars and Coffee or any car show, you're gonna win an award. Guaranteed. When you pop the bonnet and they see that turbocharger under there, they're gonna be like, what? What? And then they see this interior. This car, I know I'm gushing, but you don't see a Mark I Mini that's done this well very often. In fact, I've never ridden in a Mark I this quiet. Really just doesn't happen. The suspension, are you seeing this? The suspension's brand new with Dr. Alex Moulton cones, smoother rides up front cones in the front specific, rear cones in the rear specific. They're not all the same. Fronts are different than the rears. That's why this car rides so nice. Now, we spent a long time in the shop setting up the alignment in this car because we want it to drive. What's the best thing about a Mini? How it handles. You could take this to an autocross with that turbo, the suspension, the brakes in this thing. You're guaranteed to win an award. This thing is fast. I'm gonna get on it for you. I mean, you can hardly tell. Look at this. We're barely going very fast and there's no noise. It's so quiet in here. All right, let's goose it. Let's see what you think of this. We spent a long time trying to get the turbo all dialed with the boost. Wow. Yeah. That is really nice. Oh man. This has the power of a $25,000, 100 horsepower race engine, right? So, but it's not all radical and lumpy. It's not going blah, 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 blah. It's making the kind of power that one of those would, without the noise, with the drivability, with the torque. It's civil. It's absolutely civil. The shifter is so magic. Look at that. 2 fingers, just, it's the short shift with the specialist components, weighted knob, and this angle, specialist components, extension. My absolute favorite. This is what I put in my own car because I like it so much. You guys, this $38,000 gets you a wonderful Mark 1 Mini that you California people, here, let's goose it. Wow. That was awesome. We were doing 60 like that. Anyway, you California buyers, this is a Mark 1 1966 authentic, real deal. This is a car that you can have and do really well. So, oh, looks like my camera fell down. I'm going to pull over here and bring the camera back up. Keith, where's your finger strength, huh, buddy? Just kidding, buddy.
3、4、5、6。哇！
There, okay. I fixed the camera and I put it at, oh, it's gonna fall down again. It's going, hang on. Well, I don't know if that's gonna capture anything, but it'll at least help us make it back to the shop. So here we go. Oh, that transmission. Oh yeah, the turbo. So, you're getting a brand new car, better than the factory, for $38,000. When I say brand new, everything's new. The body, the paint, the suspension, the wheels, the tires, the brakes, the turbo, the engine, the head, the transmission, everything is tight. Listen, there's hardly any rattles. In fact, I haven't heard any rattles. I'm going over bumps, big bumps, and it's just cush. It feels, it's got that go-kart handling, but it has that cush ride. That's, guys, nothing better than a Mark 1 Mini that has everything. All right, here we go, uphill. That is it tickles. It's just amazing how torquey and how much horsepower that turbo really does add. So good, so good. Okay, so I'm gonna come to a stop here and I'm gonna show you some of the paper in this car. This car comes with so much documentation. Look at that e-brake. Good handbrake turns. Patty Hopkirk would be proud. Okay. All right. So, oh, by the way, there's a switch on the side of the stereo here that allows you to raise and lower the antenna manually, or if you leave it in the on position, it automatically goes up when you turn the radio on. So, just another feature of it. Lots of cool stuff I could go over with this car, but let's just take a look at some of the paper here, okay? So again, it comes with so much documentation all the way back from 1966. So let's start from current and let's go back in time. What we have here is the receipts from Just Jet Motors, which totals about $18,000. That's the turbo, the tires, cylinder head, exhaust, ignition, the billet gear knob, the specialist component stuff. Okay, they're all right here. Okay, then you've got all of the receipts that go all the way, all through California, from Mini Mania, okay, to 7 Enterprises, and we've got Graham at Heritage Garage, tons and tons of Heritage Garage receipts, Mini Spares, Mini Sport, Newton Commercial. These seats, you guys, are so expensive, but You get what you pay for because they're absolutely worth it. This is really, 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 I think the best you could put in a Mini. Look at this. All right, so this comes all the way from England from 1966. And we've got all the importation documents here. A small little sort of brief, what is the car? Says 1293 A plus fast road engine build. Engine balanced, polished, imported, head and intake manifold, Kent cam, light and flywheel, engine 3/4 HIF, electronic ignition, exhaust, super cool 2-core radiator, rod change gearbox, complete body restoration, media blasted in metal, paint in the original Maroon B. Maroon B, I guess that's the color. I mean, it kind of looks like wine. Maybe you people in California and wine country would appreciate this color. I know that our customers come in and really like the color and the interior. I think that's the turbo, the color, and the interior seem to be the three highlights of this car. Look at this. All the restoration photos. Look. Crazy, crazy, crazy. There's a lot of documentation to go through here. I left some of it in the shop even still. So look at this. Here it was back when it was in England. Look. Hang on. I saw it here. Oh, engine photos. Okay. Where's that picture? There was a really great picture of the previous owners I wanted to show you. All right, well, I'll find it. Look at all these receipts. Okay, Newton Commercial, more of European good stuff. Catalogs from Newton. Here it is. All right. Driving license logbook application form. Well, what is in this little, look at this. This is crazy. You don't get this very often. This is really an important feature of this car. The original VIN tag, a little tatered, but there it is, the original VIN number, AA2S7S. AA2S7S, okay? Some pictures of it way back when. Look, all comes with the car. Here it is. Check this out. Here's the original MOT logbook from 1966 from the original owner who owned it all the way up until 2006. That's a cool smell. More of the log. Oh, here it is. Check this out. All right. We go all the way from 1966, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, all the way through the 80s, into the 90s, and then all the way to the very last one I can see here till 2006, 2007. So that's when it made its way over to the United States and ended up with, I think, the second owner, and I think Edward is the third owner, and you will be the fourth owner. So from 1966 till then, for a really, really special car, $38,000, 1966 Mark I Austin Mini with all the cool stuff. Really nice car. Give me a call. I think you're going to like this one. I do. All right. We'll see you on the next one. Listen to this door shut. Ooh!